It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first look is incomplete.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the Falcons getting the road victory in that one. So they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Atlanta. Second and 10.
In motion, the tight end. On play action, they'll throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. They'll set up a throw.
That one out wide and intercepted.
And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point forthcoming. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense, you can't score on them on defense, So to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Here we go, set. 19 tight, 19 tight. Go.
He'll look to throw.
And complete to Drake London.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. You look at this Carolina defense.
They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the #1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
Back to throw again.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. You talk about this Falcon defense.
They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Finney.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that's going to be good for another. Down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll run on 1st down. Shelton. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Off the play fake. Finney. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun. Finney. He finds his man. Complete. It's Holland.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Back to throw. Finney. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Operating from the gun. Finney. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. 6-0 our score after 1. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Finney. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Duke. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Finney. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Finney. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Probably smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Derek Brown
able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
At the 31-yard line.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
They'll look to throw.
Short throw caught by Pitts.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Derek Brown
Able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Shelton, and down he'll go at the 25. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Got a man. That's Liggett.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
And now they'll shift things around.
2nd and 6. That one complete to Ligon. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
11 yards and a Panther first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Finney. That's taken in by Stewart. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off play action. Finney. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Finney escaping the pressure right. Over the middle, complete. It's Shelton. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 17-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers into formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in to block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Panthers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown.
And Xavier Legette.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Panthers would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Finney. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers had 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point attempt to follow here. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Panthers 20, Falcons 7.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Ready, set.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. In motion goes the tight end.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Dragon 60, Mustang 19. Warrior 70. Go.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Shelton, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Finney.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cut 19, cut 19. Top low 18.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Finney. That is caught by Stewart. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Roberts the man in motion. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
As soon as he leaped out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Finney.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this 3rd quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
That's going to be caught by Pitts.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll drop to throw.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
The rookie from Tennessee orchestrating things well. It's a first down here.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense could get down the field? It's taking them to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts.
Shut up. Go trap. Go trap.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
On the handoff, Watson. And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's third and goal. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. Third and goal.
Here we go. Sack. Panther 60. Panther 60. Hurt. 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 Right there. Right there. Hurt. Street. Street.
Again, they go with Watson. And this time he is in. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And the slot man goes in motion left. Back to throw now on first down. Roberts got it. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
That one complete to Leggett.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw. Finney.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Shelton. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Shelton. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done, because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Ready, Dragon 60.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And it finds his receiver, Watson.
And he goes out right around the 39. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Here comes second down.
Mustang 19. Warrior 70. 18. Pioneer. Say, hey. 18. Rattler. 18. Rattler. Go street. Get up.
Back to throw.
That's caught by Pitts.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Shut up. 60 average. Come 19. Come Buffalo 18. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here we go. Here we go. Trap 60. Trap 60. 19 Lion. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Second and 5. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Drake London, 51 yards. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Set go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try the left side. It's Shelton. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
His 7th rushing touchdown, 11th overall. And the Panthers add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. This is 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat. Ready. Check smash. Check smash. Ready, ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
That's caught left side. The tight end Pitts. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
That one deep for London.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Drake London
With now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
and the Falcons have got it back to within a score.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
Down to about the 45.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Let's go now.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Set. Cup 19. Cup Buffalo 18. Chap 60. Chap 60. 19 Lion. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready.
Back to throw. Well, this This is taken in. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Ready? 60 Bobcat, 60, 79 Bronco, 19 tight, 19, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
7 Pirates, Dragon 60. Riggs. 19 Tiger. 70 Lion.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And a fun, close ball game comes to it.